one of the things that's important is that we practice stuff. So here's a great way that we can practice this, what I'm talking about, right today. How many of you are heading to the airport to fly home after today? Many of us, almost all of us in this room. How many of you ever get irritated when you go to the airport? Anybody ever get irritated? Okay. Now, you and I have this conspiracy called the airport is annoying, is irritating, is frustrating, is right? Why does it take so long? Why do I have to take off my shoes? Why are people like that? All that stuff, right? Now, I travel a lot. It's not my favorite place in the world to be. But here's what you can do as a practice of this. It's up to you. If you want to have a fantastic experience traveling home, practice focusing on what you can control, your attitude. You know, one of the things I try to remember when I go to the airport is I grew up with not a lot of money. We didn't get to go on airplane trips when I was a kid, not that much. So it was a big deal. So I try to remember that when I go to the airport. It's a big deal. And get into that place in my own childhood, like I get to fly. In a lot of cases, someone else is paying for it, right? Which is pretty cool, right? Second thing, your effort. All you gotta do is show up, bring your bag, just show up with your effort. But the third thing is your perspective. Here's what you can do at the airport, if you choose to. It's a practice that I have a lot of times. Before I walk into the airport, I say a little prayer to myself that I see and acknowledge lots of wonderful things in this traveling experience. And then you start looking for them. You start looking for good stuff. You start finding people hugging each other. You start looking for good service. You start looking for things that are happening at the airport that you can appreciate. You almost always get what you focus on. So we got to pay attention. What are we focused on? And you want to blow the minds. We could absolutely transform the Las Vegas airport today if we did one simple thing. When you go through security, now this is the advanced version. You don't all have to do this, right? When you go through security, you could thank the TSA people. Imagine having that job. Yeah. Right? I do it often. It blows their mind. First it freaks them out. Ooh, what? But as a way to practice shifting your perspective. That's something you don't have to do it. You got to do it authentically, but you could shift how you relate to traveling. And sometimes when we practice in an environment where it's not as emotionally charged, it's easier. Because then you can bring it home to your family. Then you can bring it back to your store and remember that I have control over my attitude, my effort, my perspective. That's what winners do.